Hello and welcome back to Small Steps, Big Changes with Kayleen. I am your host, Kayleen, and I'd like to welcome you back for another episode. I hope you got a lot out of the first one. Of course, if you get anything out of these, it would be really helpful if you like, comment, subscribe. That helps me share the good news, and who knows, it could be helping others in the meantime. Today's topic we're going to talk about is 5 different situations in your life where you can help alleviate your back pain. Back pain plagues so many of us as humans. I myself was suffering back pain for quite some time before I made a lot of these changes to my life. I think the estimate is somewhere around like 70% of people experience back pain. So let's start with why, the most common reason people have back pain. And that is because as a generation, we are sitting a whole lot more than our ancestors did. You know, we think about our ancestors as the hunter gatherers. They were walking for miles and miles. I'm sure a lot of them did not have the back problems that we have these days. So a lot of us work standard 9 to 5s. We're sitting at our desks a lot. And what happens when you sit a lot? A lot of people don't know. But the glutes, after sitting for periods, become inactive. And the hip flexors, the muscle that run inside of your hips, they become overactive. So what is really happening over time is that we get a muscular imbalance. And because of that muscular imbalance, things start to pull different ways, and that will set your body out of alignment. And it doesn't happen overnight, which is the tricky part. This can happen over time, and we just don't realize it until one day we wake up and we're like, ow, my back really hurts. Or maybe you do some move that usually didn't hurt and you're like, ow, that hurts. Well, that's pretty much your body saying like enough is enough. Pain is your body giving you a warning sign. And like, one thing I'll say here, and I'll probably go into this on a deeper episode, but like, there is no cream, no shot that will alleviate these types of pain, any types of pain in your body. Any pain signaling in your body is more than likely due to an imbalance that needs to be corrected. Okay? So, with that, let's get into our list. So, I'm going to start about talking about things that I did personally in my life that did not help my back situation. The very first one that we remedied was my workstation. I had just recently transitioned from doing group fitness full time, well, as full time as you can do with group fitness. I was moving a lot, not really sitting down a lot. And when I finally transitioned to more of a online coaching, I found myself sitting for a long time. And since it was not like, it's not your standard 9 to 5, I work all day, but chunks here and there and everywhere. And so I didn't really invest in a desk. That's JJ, the dog next door, if you can hear him. So I was sitting at my high top table with my laptop and my high top chair for hours. And that was not ideal for me personally. So one of the first changes I made to start like improving my back situation was to invest in an actual desk chair, which has made a huge difference for my back. Obviously, desk chairs can run from different price ranges, but this is your back you're talking about. So, I mean, if you're sitting here getting your nails done and getting Starbucks every day and you don't want to invest, a good amount in a chair, I think you need to get your priorities straight. That is just me. These are press-ons, by the way. I do not go to the salon because I don't have the time and I don't want to drop that kind of money. Okay, the second thing that I changed in my life was my bed and slash how I sleep. So a few years back, like I did not think my back problems could be my bed because it was fairly new bed. We had changed our bed out at about like 8 years and got a new bed. This was a hybrid spring memory foam model. And it was okay for maybe a few months, but then it was shortly, like going back in time, shortly after that when my back pain became more chronic. And I just didn't want to let myself believe that because I had purchased this bed not too long ago. You know, mattresses should last about 8 to 10 years. So I was like, oh, I'm not getting a new bed. But I finally did get a new bed and it did help so much. I personally I think I got the Casper. I needed all memory foam. I couldn't do any coils for my back personally. Now that might differ from person to person, but if you've changed your desk setup and you're still having pain, you might want to look into your mattress. Is it getting up there in years? If so, it might be time to change it out. The third thing I changed in my life. Ooh, hold on, going back to sleeping. So I am a side sleeper by nature. But most recently, I was listening to a podcast and they talked about the ideal sleeping position for your back. And I didn't even think about, sometimes you hear, oh my gosh, can you hear that? Let me know in the comments if you can hear JJ, the dog next door, howling. Anyway, they're talking, it was Huberman Labs. If you know me, you know I love my Huberman Labs podcast. And he was talking about how if you're a side sleeper and you're sleeping curled up in a ball, which is one of my favorite positions, you are essentially putting yourself in the same like chair sitting position, which again is not ideal because hip flexors are overactive, blah, blah, blah. So I have recently started sleeping on my back for most of the night, and that has been helping a lot too. Not to mention, for us ladies, sleeping on our back alleviates wrinkles and eyelashes and all that stuff. So there's added benefits to sleeping on the back, and I've always been trying to train myself to sleep on my back. But hearing that, I was like, okay, now I need to make that part of my life. And so I am proud to report that most of the night I do sleep on my back, except for, I sleep on my side for a little bit to cuddle with my husband. And then when we go to sleep, I'm like, all right, see ya. Okay, back to, so this next tip is for the ladies, but also the gentlemen too. And that is talking about one shoulder straps. So us ladies, we like our purses. And if you're a mom, especially, sometimes your purses are loaded with snacks and drinks and water bottles and who the heck knows what. I don't know about you guys, but for the longest time, my right side was always my purse side. And guess what? Over time, you're going to create imbalances because your right shoulder is going to dip, your right hip's going to hike, and things are going to get crazy shifty in there. And while that doesn't sound like a good idea or that bad of a situation, little imbalances like that can send shockwaves up and down the body. So we want to avoid these. So what does that mean? Ladies, if you have a purse, make sure throughout the day you're switching which side you're on. Guys, with your gym bag, same thing, switch which sides you're on. This also applies to crossing your arms and legs. If you're crossing same arms over same time, you're going to create that imbalance. Same with the legs. I have personally made an effort to just not cross anything at all. And because I just do not want any imbalances. I am actively trying to heal every single one of my imbalances. So just keep those in mind when you're sitting, standing for long periods of time. Are you leaning on one side more than the other? And if you are, stop it because you're going to create problems in the future. Lastly, I just really want to talk about one major game changer for me, which has been the under-desk treadmill. And I realize that an under-desk treadmill is not available to everybody. But if you do have the availability in your workspace to get one of these under-desk treadmills with a rising stand sit desk, this has been a game changer for me because I've noticed my back just does not like to sit a lot. Like, I know how it feels to be active, and now it doesn't want anything less than that. So by having this standing or under desk treadmill, not only am I getting more steps in a day, which is more neat, which is more calories burnt, but I'm keeping the body moving. I'm not letting my glutes get inactive. I'm not having my hip flexors take over. And all in all, that results in a way heavier body for me. So those are my tips, little things. Obviously, some of these are monetary, some of these are not, that can help you go from chronic pain in your back to maybe a lesser degree of chronic pain, or maybe we will alleviate it completely. Again, if you got anything from this, please like, comment, subscribe. Maybe comment something you learned today, and that'd be awesome. Let me know also what you want for the next or YouTube. I'll try to do these a little bit more frequently now that I'm not on, well, I'm still on improvement season, but not currently prepping. I have a little bit more bandwidth to do these. And yeah, we'll see you next time.